Okay, if you give me your name and how you spell it.
My name is Heidel Ojeda, Jairo. Last name Ojeda, Ojeda.
And what's your position here?
Me, I'm the ringmaster of the Carson Barnes Circus.
And tell me a little bit about how long you've been doing it and what kind of makes it special to you.
I've been in the circus my entire life. I'm a fifth generation circus performer. To me, it's the world. It's the only thing that I really know. Even though I have my education, my roots are in the circus, so I want to be in the circus.
And tell me a little bit about you mentioned you're kind of a legacy performer. What was it, your father and grandfather, or what was kind of your legacy?
Well, it's kind of funny. None of my real family members are ringmasters, and I say ring family members because I call everyone my family. But they're actually more of a circus clown family from Mexico. They're very famous in Mexico, the Campas. And me, I just happen to like ringmastering. I like being out there. Don't get me wrong, I like comedy, but I'm more of a serious. I like introducing people, getting to know people, talking to them face to face. That's my thing. I like it.
And how long have you been with this circus particularly?
This is my second year at the Carson Barnes Circus. I've been ringmastering since 16, and when I got the chance last year to come ringmaster the Carson Circus, the biggest tented show on the face of the earth, I took the chance.
So the biggest show, what do you see for the future of these kind of traveling acts?
I would like to keep going. To me, it seems that circus is coming back, but in a different way. It's very traditional, but we like to keep it modern. Like you've seen in here, we have concert-style lighting. We also have concert-style sound. Some of the acts have modernized. Work to more contemporary music. So, and it's an art that you don't see very much. So people are starting to remember. The adults that used to be kids used to go to the circus with their parents, and they want to pass that tradition. So I think circus is going to be around for a long time.
And what do you think about some of the changes that, say, Barnum Bailey is doing as far as taking elephants out of the circus? Do you have any kind of opinion on that?
Well, on that, they're their own unit. They can choose to do what they like for the headache or whatever. But us, we're going to fight until the end. We like our animals. Like I said, we don't consider them animals or just pets. They're our family. They've grown up on the show. I've grew up with animals my entire life. So it's kind of hard to see them be pulled out of the show. So we're going to keep going until, for whatever reason, the law doesn't allow us. But we're going to keep going with the animals.
Do you think the controversy is warranted, or do you think a few bad eggs kind of gave it all a bad name, or what do you think about the controversy behind animals in the circus?
Well, I think it's just a few people that made it bad. It's like one rotten apple can mess up the whole bunch. But that doesn't mean just because one person did, you have to curse the entire business. We have our elephants out here. They're not chained up to the semis. We just have a giant pen. They get water 24/7. They get hay 24/7. We always have a vet on call. We always call ahead to make sure there's a vet available in case of an emergency. We always call to get their dumpster for the manure. I mean, it's hard to find any holes in our line of work with the animals. They always have an awning. If it's too bad, they won't work. Like the pavement here, we couldn't let the horses work. We don't want to hurt their hooves. The elephants got to work on the nice soft mat. So, like I said, there's very, very hard to find any holes in our way of taking care of the animals.
Okay, and on those terms, because in my research I found the Carson Barnes Circus has had problems in the past. Are they doing anything to kind of change that perception? Because I think the latest one was 2014. The USDA had an issue, but are they doing anything to change that?
They're always changing the issue, and there's always some people that are against animals, whether it's in the circus or even some USDA people would like to see the animals out of the circus, so that could help their judgment too. We could have gotten an inspector that didn't want to see the circus animals in the show, so they wrote a bad report, but that's to all they have the authority. We can't do nothing, but like I said, we can invite anybody to come and check out the animals, and it's just whatever people think.
And do you think in the future, going down the line, will you see more circuses take out animals to go to all human acts, or do you think there will be an even mix?
I can't say for sure, because laws are always going to change. I would like to, me personally, keep seeing animals in the show, but some producers might just want to stop at the headache of the harassment of some extremists, animal extremists that don't even want you to have a pet dog in your house. Those are the ones that usually bother us. But we're gonna, like I said before, we're gonna keep going with the animals as long as we can.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, if you can just give me your name and spell it for me.
Yeah, Armando Loyal, Armando Loyal.
And what's your position here?
I am the head elephant trainer.
And tell me a little bit about, how long have you been doing this?
I've been in the circus my whole life. I've worked with elephants since I was probably about 15. I worked my way up from the bottom to the top, and I've been in charge for about 15 years.
Wow, that's it. So what kind of makes it a special job for you?
Just interacting with the animals and doing performance and just getting people to be able to see elephants across the country, I think is a big thrill for me.
And what do you think of kind of Barnum and Bailey, some of these bigger ones, getting rid of elephants in their circuses?
Hey, that's their choice. Everybody has to make their own decisions, and you can understand their position with all the lawsuits that because they're the biggest name out there, so they attract everybody's attention, good and bad.
Right.
So, they opted for them to think that was a better position for them to take. So, that's their opinion and what they're going to do. That doesn't mean that's what everybody else is going to do.
Right. And do you think for the future, is it going to be a mixed animal circuses and non-animal circuses, or do you think it's going to go one way or the other?
I think it's going to be the way it is now. Circuses have always had animals, and there are now circuses that don't have animals. You can tell by the crowd out here today. People enjoy seeing circuses with animals. They're here, so as long as the crowds keep coming and they appreciate what we do and really want to see it, they'll still be around.
Is Carson and Barnes doing anything in particular to kind of change that mentality, where all the controversy comes from?
Well, we're not just the circus. The elephants actually are part of the Endangered Ark Foundation, which is a breeding program and conservation for elephants also, similar to what Ringling has in their conservation center. We are the second largest, right behind them. In Hugo, Oklahoma, we have 3 baby elephants now. We have retired elephants that just kind of wander the property. We have 400 acres, by the way, and we give free tours. So sign up online and come up and see us. Wow. But that's what performing with the elephants and traveling helps do, is it provides funding to keep going for a place for these guys to retire when they come of age for retirement and stuff like that, and plus take care of the ones that are retired there now, and the breeding and all the other stuff. We're also associated with the Tulsa Zoo and the Fort Worth Zoo. One of our elephants is actually on loan to the Fort Worth Zoo for breeding one of our males. So it's not just the circus, there's a lot bigger aspect to it.
Wow. And how old are the elephants that you all have out here today, and how long have they been with the circus?
They've been with the circus their whole life. We have, thank you. Excuse me. They're all in their mid-30s. Becky is probably the oldest. She's 38, right? Getting ready to be 40 here in a couple of years. And a lot of people ask, well, when do you retire them? I said, well, it's like people. People retire at different ages. That's the same thing with elephants. It just depends on the person. So you just gauge it by the way the elephant is and the way the elephant reacts, and see it goes by that.
Wow. And then I guess, because a lot of the people you talk to, they always say elephants are what they came for. Do you think that as a traveling circus, y'all will continue to grow in the future, or do you want to kind of keep it on this scale, or do you want it to have like kind of Barnum and Bailey size?
Well, Barnum and Bailey's not in a big top anymore, and we're probably the last of the big top circuses in America. There's 3 pretty good sized circuses in big top still. So I don't think you could go much bigger. Economic-wise, it's just harder to do to get all the trucks down the road. When I was a kid, we used to travel with 40 elephants, 5 rings, and tons of trucks and animals and stuff. But just economically, you can't do it with the price of fuel and stuff like that. It's just very hard.
Wow. And what would you, kind of back to what I was saying before, what would you say to somebody that is just convinced that these animals aren't happy and all that?
It's, and people that want to protest, hey, I applaud them. That's their right. This is America. If there's something I didn't like, I have the right to protest, and which I think is good. The only thing that I wish they would do would come and take it on an individual basis. Come here, see me, meet me, see what I do. See how I have an open policy. The elephants are on display all day long. Anybody can come up and check them out and see what I do here. Just do it that way, and then if you still think, hey, we don't agree, hey, that's good. But at least you've come, checked it out, and formed your own opinion, not just anything that's off the internet. And I'm a really nice guy. I do my very, very best for these elephants. I take care of them. I'm with them most of the day, more than my actual family, which I don't know I should say that. My wife might get mad. But that's what I do for these guys, and I wish just people take it on an individual basis and come and check it out.